Ahoy, and welcome to Blades and Banners, a Tales of the Valiant actual play set in the Eberron campaign world, not brought to you by Coca-Cola.
No. We'll be right back after these messages.
Casey. Casey, what happened last time?
The party reconvened. We, of course, immediately split the party, and then we came back together eventually, and continued down into this terrifying ship. We came across a invisible guy in a hammock that Oren killed, and then his blood frozen dripped to the ground. We came across a door that had somebody screaming for help that is no longer screaming for help, and now there are creepy scratches coming from it. And then we met another guy trying to prevent an attack that we just stood while his frozen blood exploded all over us. And now
I feel like this is the least charitable recap possible.
That's true. I think it's important to note Oren stood idly by and let that man explode.
Finian talked to them. That's true.
Yeah, I was
true.
trying.
We it's really more of a feeling of how it went rather than an accurate portrayal of how it went. There were people who needed our help and we did not help them. And now we're crawling into the basement of a ship.
Mm-hmm. People's a strong word.
It is. Are you trying to not use it? Because it is, in fact, a strong word, Eric.
Anyway, down to the base.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Oren. Carry on about your murder spree.
You all
Self-defense spree
into the inky blackness of the hold of the ship. Down here, you can hear the creak of wood as the ship shifts against the waves, but doesn't actually rock, because down here the list is very apparent, because as the bottom of the ship narrows to the keel, one side of the ship is definitely much more the floor than the other side of the ship, as it leans over to starboard. You can hear the lapping of the water against the side of the ship, and maybe occasionally something else lapping against the side of the ship.
Maybe I could, in fact, take a nap down here.
Boxes and crates all along this area. Most of them look rotted and broken through. I would take perception and or investigation checks to examine the hold of the ship.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Nice.
Excellent.
For a 23 investigation.
I got a 21 perception.
I rolled a 3 perception.
Take a point
that's
of luck.
what I rolled.
How about Sahina?
13 plus 2, so 15.
Okay. Sahina, you see lots of crates, many of which are sort of broken and rotted. Very different from the food in the officer's mess upstairs. But the thing that draws your attention is there are ever so many dead rats down here. Like scattered across the floor, there are the tiny carcasses of rats just lying in every direction around here. Oren, you make your way just kind of on impulse,
Love that.
along the hold, passing by crates without really looking in them, just kind of idly glancing, lifting a footlocker or a chest here and there, and in the darkness ahead, you can see a glint, and you come to the skeletal remains of someone in an officer's uniform. A cold weather coat sort of wrapped around them, clutched tight, marks of rank on the shoulders. Their head is just lolled over to one side. Very, very little wisps of hair still clinging to desiccated remains of scalp. And a something clutched against the chest where the arms grip.
I mean, Orin would probably, without thinking, go to see what was being gripped in the hands of the skeleton.
There's a leather-bound book of some kind.
Orin would reach down to slip it out from the hands, but I don't know if Finian sees anything that would cause Orin to not do that. But yeah, that's what Finian or Orin would do, is go to get the book.
Okay.
Can Sohina, if Orin is stepping, just go, well, careful, watch out for the rats.
Yeah, there are rats everywhere. Everywhere you go. Finian.
Yes.
I You can see that there are several chests, and a couple of the chests that you see Orin kind of lift and glance at kind of carelessly definitely have valuables in them. One of the boxes you've been on ships enough to recognize a strong box. Is clearly, holding the ready cash of this ship. But what you also notice is that there's a bunch of places where there are lanterns hanging from the ribs of the vessel and from the rafters of the deck above. And as any of you advance forward, little blue-green flames light in them and flicker and sway. And you can see them reflecting in an old framed dingy glass mirror leaned against one side of the hull.
Oi, Orin. Are you not noticing? What are you thinking right now, mate?
Trying to find the source of the ghosts.
Right. But everything you've walked by so far is the sort of thing that would have stopped you. I don't know if you're thinking like you at this exact moment. So 1 second before you go touching anything, because are you noticing how well I see you right now?
And now you notice the lanterns.
Oh, that's handy.
Right. What are you focusing on so hard right now that you're blinded to?
I'm not blinded to anything. I told you I was coming down here to find the thing that's causing the curse. You're acting like I'm being compulsed to do something.
I want to make sure. You're saying earlier you don't feel as you. Is all I'm saying.
I feel
I'm thinking for
I'm feeling deja vu.
Right. Okay.
I found the officer who's dead over here in his coat, and he's clutching a book that probably has an indication of what happened. So I was going to get the book and see what his journal says, because that would probably give us a good clue as to what's going on here.
Okay, are you feeling anything over there where you're at? Because grabbing books and grabbing doors, we've been noticing weird things when we start touching at random in here.
We have not touched a single book in here, so I do not appreciate the implications that I'm doing.
The implication is we shouldn't just go around touching
Don't
on this
talk
ship
to me about
right
implications on a boat.
Always Sunny reference, baby.
So Heina has, in all of this, so Heina has sent the dancing lights over to where Orin is.
I can see fine.
Oh, well, but we need to see too.
It's like a high school football stadium down there now with the lanterns and the dancing lights.
With night vision goggles on, just I mean, Philip, has my sense changed at all the closer I've gotten to this book? Like, am I feeling like more and more of a sense of doom, or is it just
there's definitely a pretty strong sense of dread down here, of just bracing for something bad is going to happen here.
Right. Grab the book. It's fine.
Yes.
I'm just making sure we're thinking on the same page here.
These stories always end in a climax of like a battle or something, so just be ready to fight.
All right.
And Orin grabs the book out of the officer's hands.
The hands kind of crackle a little bit as you pull the book free and then drop to the sides.
It's a nice coat, though. Maybe. And Orin opens the book and flips to the last written entry, because that's always where you don't care about when things were going great.
As you're flipping through,
another sunny day. Arr.
As you're flipping through, there are obviously plenty of days where it is very much the pages are full of events. And then you get to a page that just says lost, and you turn and the next page says lost.
They got lost.
Lost for many pages.
So what did the entry right before it started saying lost say?
It gives a description of the weather that day, of their speed, and heading in the Thunder Sea.
Captain's log.
They were down in the Thunder Sea before everything went awry. Not up here. The Thunder Sea is pretty far away, just for...
Yeah, the Thunder Sea is between Sharn and Stormreach, so it's the south of the continent, and you are on the eastern side of the continent.
Like being off the coast of Maine and finding out they were in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, nothing
say?
helpful here. It says that they were down in the Thunder Sea. I have weather and heading and all that. And then the next page says lost. And the page after that says lost. And the page after that says lost, and so on and so forth. Until presumably he died.
That's what we were hearing by the anchor.
Lost?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that's what the creepy wind creature said.
Can anybody talk with dead things?
Definitely.
I
I just can't hear
things.
if they speak back.
What? All three of us.
Philip put this group together by hand.
Is there anything else on the body other than the officer's coat? Like if I poke around the pockets and stuff, anything of note?
There's a pocket watch on a gold chain. There's a nice pair of boots with, skeletal feet in them.
Not for long.
Good jacket. There's a small likeness of a young woman.
Well, that's sad. Don't want that. Okay, Philip, can I make a perception or investigation to try and like skim through to find the last haul they got, like the last bit of treasure or anything that might have like or notable event that would cause a curse?
Sure. They received cargo in Sharn. Cargo lists as being cloth and shoes and various other just sort of goods. And they were making headway towards Stormreach.
I have a question.
Something happened on the sea. Go ahead.
And this might be a stupid question. What would I know about blue-green flame? That's not normal.
That's not the normal color of fire. It's true.
Is that what I know about it?
Yeah.
The end. Ask the fire a question.
That's weird.
Not the least bit normal for sure. No, I was agreeing just to say something.
Oh. Can I roll Arcana or Investigation to look more at these lanterns and flames? That is I rolled Investigation. That is a 24.
Okay.
Wow.
You get real close, and you notice that they're not putting off any heat, and they don't appear to be actually burning the wicks.
Oh.
And also, there's no oil in the lamps.
Does anybody have a passive insight higher than 16?
Insight.
I believe that Ellie does.
Oh, I have 16. I think.
Okay.
Sahaya.
Oh,
has
Sahina
17.
has that's right. Sahina has 17. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, that was perception is 17.
Oh, insight. You're not. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So no.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just
No worries.
filled in perception.
So nobody is 16 or higher?
I have
No.
16.
Oh, you have 16. Okay.
I do.
Ellie-wise, Orin's freaking out looking through the book. But you're the only one that can tell.
What? Why
Well,
are you not doing
that
well?
mirror seems weird. And the lights are weird.
Quite. Finian is gonna walk over to the mirror and look at it while y'all are speaking.
So you walk over to the mirror and look in. It's kind of dingy, and very old and a little warped, and so everything's kind of distorted a little bit. As you lean closer, you can see yourself reflected. Good news, you're not a vampire. And then as you get closer and your face comes into focus, everything's normal for about 2 seconds, and then suddenly your face distorts into this horrible, like, undead shape with fangs just that lunges towards you out of the mirror.
Out of the mirror?
Like, as if out of the mirror, but nothing actually comes out of the mirror. And it like scraping at the other side of the mirror as if through a window.
Okay. This is proper bad where I am. Is it? There's a like a border around it.
It's a frame, yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna put my hand up and I'm gonna touch the frame.
The figure in the frame, in the mirror, lunges in that direction, and it's like presses against the frame.
Okay. With Eye of the Maker, I am able to learn all properties of any magic imbued item, if it was created by a spell, and which spell it's under the effect of or created by.
You are looking through. This is not a mirror. You are looking through a window into somewhere else.
There are some magical mirrors in D&D that are so like the instant you touch that, I was like, "Oh God!" Like,
I'm not that attached to Finian. I can do a new character. Let's get hit session 3. Right. I found it. It's this right here. The evil
mirror.
bat. Right.
Weird.
I don't know. I'm in there, but it's like I'm evil. This is a portal, right here, or a window, or a door. Not a door like the door, but you know what I'm. I hate this right here.
We should get rid of it.
Right.
Maybe. Or break it. I don't know.
I think that's the worst idea we've had so far, if I'm honest.
I mean, you told me to kill that guy, and that was a pretty bad idea.
Only for him, and you did that thinking yourself. I don't know.
So the options are break it or leave it alone?
I think we get it off the ship. If that's the source of the problem.
May I suggest one more time throwing it into the water?
Try that. But it might break when it hits the bottom and then unleash ghostly armory. I don't know if that would work. Finian, you're a magic expert. What would happen? Ellie-wise?
I never said that.
Yeah, I would.
It's an outrageous claim.
I would love to know what would happen.
Anything about the arcane enough to tell us what would happen if we broke this thing?
Can I roll an Arcana check on it? Because I got good Arcana.
Arcana checks can be rolled.
I don't have anything else to go here. 24.
22.
Let's go.
All right. Both of you think, as you study the mirror, you can hear the sort of sound as the other images. And by the way, as Eliwise approaches and looks in, a smaller figure turns, a reflection of Eliwise appears in the mirror, looking closely and examine. The ghoulish figure of Finian seems to become aware of this and turns towards Eliwise's reflection and lunges at her and tears at her. Eliwise, you take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Ow! Your reflection attacked my reflection and it hurt.
And then there are 2
didn't
ghoulish figures in the reflection now.
Do it.
Orin steps in front of the mirror.
You see a reflection of Orin. And there's something else to Orin's reflection in this mirror. The 2 figures turn and absolutely lunge towards Orin's reflection. But it's like it's like there's an after image kind of like painted over Orin's reflection of something else, a figure that is like bigger, and Orin is like torn aside and pulled away, and Orin, you take 5 necrotic damage.
Resistance. So
that figure remains for a moment and then fades away like the after image of a bright light. And then there are 3 ghoulish figures pressing themselves against the glass, and you can hear the scrape and rub of hands and claws against the glass.
Why is everybody standing in front of this mirror?
Yeah.
I thought something weird might happen when I stepped in front of the mirror, and something weird happened.
Boy, were you right.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it, though. Sahina.
No.
The result of your checks, both of you do, in fact, think that it would be a bad idea to break the glass of this mirror. But you also don't think the glass of the mirror is where the enchantment is. You're fairly confident the frame is where the enchantment is.
Now, if this is a magic imbued item, I learned its properties.
So, yeah, you have the impression with this Arcana check that this frame is what's creating the window. Is that the patterns in this frame, which you now begin to see as more than decoration, are creating this window to somewhere else.
So, scratch out the enchantments, and then we're good?
I mean, I don't know if we're good. But we can try, yeah.
Is that what you want to do here?
That was just my first idea. I mean, I don't know how we destroy the frame without destroying the mirror.
I suppose.
I guess, to be fair, you all didn't communicate any of that to us yet, so never mind.
Absolutely did. Absolutely. I was like, not keeping any of this to myself.
I guess we could try to rip the frame off, but we might crack the glass in the process.
Right.
Yeah. You said the mirror's leaned up against the side.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move to see what the back of the mirror looks like? If there's anything on the back of it?
The back of the mirror is crusted with frost.
I have a set of tinker tools. I don't know if those would assist in this case to sort of delicately take the mirror, separate the mirror from the frame.
That is exactly the kinds of tools that I would call on to be used if you wanted to try and take the frame off.
We wanted to do this in here, though. Shall we?
I think of nowhere. I mean, there's apparently ghosts on the wind up above, so...
Right.
I think moving it would be more dangerous. I think if we move it, we run the risk of breaking it before we've severed the curse, or enchantment. Or is that how you break enchantments? Is you just scratch them away?
I cannot fathom why you would be asking me that. I would be the one asking you that.
I learn its properties and how to use it and whether it requires attunement. I don't think I learned how to destroy it.
It does not require attunement.
How do you use it?
By looking in it. But you do get the impression that you could invite those things to step out of the mirror.
What a horrible idea.
With your understanding of properties. But yes, the Tinker Tools is what we would use if we wanted to detach the frame from the glass.
Including the weird... Wait, hold on. Could you invite the large fellow that is my reflection now? That has
faded away.
Family-friendly show. I was going to say something else.
So we're removing or we're scratching carvings. Which one are we going for first here?
Oh, I think we should separate it first before we try to do anything. I don't want to let you guys are seeing stuff in the mirror. I don't want to do anything that could mess with them.
Try to not step in front then, I suppose.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. All right, so so it is leaning against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sahina would ask for some assistance. She would go stand behind it and ask someone to stand at the top end to sort of gently lay it flat on the floor, mirror side down.
I will help with that.
Okay.
I would love to help, but I don't think it would be a good idea.
I'll drop it to you.
I would like a
Orange just standing by holding that journal.
Doing great, right?
I would like someone to make a dexterity check to lower the mirror carefully to the floor, and if someone is helping, that can be done with advantage.
I'm helping, could help. So yeah, whoever's rolling it, take your advantage.
I know Sahina has quite high dexterity.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got +5, so roll a 20 and add 5? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll it twice.
Yeah, that first one is a, how do I know whether it's a 6 or a 9? It is a 6.
Okay.
Yep, the 9 had a, okay, and then we'll roll another one. Oh, God, that was a 4.
Okay.
So
with the 6,
11,
no.
You have 11. Do you have any luck?
I have 2 luck, in fact.
Okay.
So I'll take one of them off and roll a d4 and add.
Or you could take both of them off and roll a d6.
I'm going to take both of them off and roll a d6.
Feeling so nervous.
Yep. All right, here we go. Rolling a d6. That is a 5.
Perfect.
So that
16.
Okay.
Well done.
Yes. Among you managed to carefully lower the mirror to the floor. Yeah, there's a moment where the bottom of it like scoots unexpectedly. But
watch the rats. Watch the rats.
We've a lot to pay attention to right now here.
All right, so now we're trying to detach the frame. So this is going to be a check using Tinker's tools, and I think this is also probably going to be dexterity. So if Sahina, if you're taking the lead here, what is your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is +5.
You have a 20 dexterity?
I'm so sorry. 16 is my base number.
So it's a +3. You were probably looking at your save.
Oh, I'm looking at the save. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yes.
That's okay. That's all right. So +3. So, and then you're going to add your proficiency modifier for the because you're proficient in the tools. So you're going to have a +5 to this roll. So this is going to be a dexterity check +5.
Okay.
And is, I would guess, Finian helping with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's kind of my thing.
And this is me rolling a d20.
Ellie-wise.
Right. Sorry.
Yes.
Ellie-wise is just standing beside, she has moved herself beside Orin and is chatting with him. So I'm just stating that to come back to it.
All right.
I have rolled a 15.
Excellent.
5 would be dirty 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
So very carefully, like two people diffusing a bomb, the two of you, peel back this layer of canvas from the back that hides the hardware of the frame, and then very carefully separate the mirror from the frame, and then slide the glass off of the frame, and they are apart.
Thanks. Good job.
All right, well done. Well done. Let's write this here. Yeah. and go to stand the frame.
Okay.
And then
the wall becomes a door. No.
And then we should take a look and see the under, right? Make sure it worked.
Of the mirror?
Right.
Well, I'm not standing in front of that thing.
Right. And he's going to put the quarterstaff on his back and hold his hammer in one hand and try to get a finger under the mirror and just take a little look, see if he can.
Well, you're there holding a hammer in a very threatening manner.
Right.
While they were disassembling it, was there anything specific that Ellie-Wise was trying to talk to Orin about? You said that you were chatting to Orin while they were doing that.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Orin, just we should probably talk about the fact that I said "ouch" by doing a thing, and then you came to do that exact thing.
Well, that I told you about. Go ahead.
You knowingly put yourself in immediate danger.
I'd be fine.
That's not usually particularly helpful when one is trying to work with people instead of against them.
But as you could tell, there was something weird about my reflection, and I thought there might be something weird about my reflection, and I was proved correct. So
usually when someone says so, they follow it up with something else.
I figured it was self-evident.
Some people just conclude sentences with the word so sometimes. It's just as a verbal tick. It's normal.
Take away one of Casey's points of luck. No, I just the whole weird deja vu and pressing sense of dread about all of this. I thought that there might be something weird about me and the mirror, and there was. So that's
did you
why
say
I did
me
it.
And her?
No, something weird about the mirror.
Mirror. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Who's her? You?
Is that why you were also hugging that book? Is that connected?
Nope, just standing here with the book. Just how are you?
I love weird
you
things.
Need the lights?
And you are just oozing weirdness right now.
Well, that's rude.
Thank you.
No, they're just that it's weird that all these entries of this book say lost after a certain point. That's the weird thing. Which Orin is still lying to, yeah.
So if I asked you for that book, can I have that book, please?
I mean, I'm not compelled. And Orin clearly does some mental calculations and hands the book to Ellie-Wise.
Okay,
I didn't
noted.
Read the book.
You right. So now I have to figure out why you're acting. So
okay, listen, and Orin takes the book back from you. I just don't make a thing as those two work because they're clearly concentrating. But the weird thing is, and Orin flips to one of the entries and shows her the word lost, like one of the last 3 entries. Does this mean anything to you?
wait, you're showing me that it says lost?
I don't know what kind of check this would be, Philip, but
right. Yeah. No, I'm
Something's happening.
I know.
I'm so lost.
No,
We're over here doing surgery on home decor from Satan. My friends are lying. We are in the worst side of Bed Bath & Beyond over here. It's the doorway to Beyond.
Yeah.
Ellie-wise, what are your tool proficiencies?
Herbalist.
Okay, just herbalist? I thought you had 2.
I also thought I had 2, but herbalist is the only one I have written. I have I think I have thieves' tools.
Okay.
And if my
Do you have a pocket lie detector?
She is the pocket lie detector.
I was about to say.
Do you have a vial of truth serum?
Do you have a shade eye?
Oh.
Okay.
More complicated times.
I guess make an investigation check then.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Orin can't read.
There is something. There is something familiar about the word, but you can't quite put your finger on
it. The word itself, or the way it's written?
The way it's written, like the thing, like looking at that looks. There's something weird and familiar about it, but you can't quite figure it out.
Okay.
See?
Why is that familiar?
Who knows?
Oh, so you don't. Okay.
No,
Who would know?
And Orin leans over and whispers, "It's my handwriting." You're not here.
It's weird you would sigh like that in the middle of this operation on a mirror. We are very close to each other.
Yeah, you guys don't have nearly the right Allen wrench set for this. Like,
really, I'm gonna need you to sigh to the left from now on, if you would, please. That's very breathy conversation still. I'm trying to be polite here, lass.
Ooh, interesting.
That is one word for it, yes. I don't recall writing in the book, though, is the reason that I'm kind of freaked out and clutching onto the book like this, because...
Yeah.
It's the last 3 times.
Bless you.
What? No.
Is it
So
dated?
No, it's just the word lost scribbled over and over. And the last 3 times, which I haven't been on this, like, clear. I don't know what to make of it.
Well, I think
But
you
it's a
should
little
think weird things. Yes. Confusion, wanting to find out more.
I would love to, from somebody that is more versed in magic and the planes than I am.
Was that me?
Nailed it in one. Any idea?
Oh, I have lots of ideas.
Anything worth sharing?
I'll get back to you on that.
Great. I'll just keep holding this book with my hand.
Can
the lost damned souls that were on this ship. And I'm here. back on the ship. It feels like I've been on.
But
before.
You don't seem lost or damned.
Don't seem lost.
Well, I guess you would know more than me about your soul.
Can I begin to figure out how to respond to that?
Both of you take a luck point for this whole interaction because it is glorious.
Just like the shot of like these two like intricately detaching this mirror frame in the background, this very animated conversation back and forth of whispered, passing a book back and forth. Well, yes, do a think about it. Maybe dive into one of your books and get back to me on why this book has my handwriting in it.
Can I take the book back?
Just be cool and don't go broadcasting.
Very cool.
Don't go telling people about the handwriting thing until we have a better idea of what it means. Because I don't want people freaking out about it, okay?
Like you. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yes, like me. Here you go.
Thank you.
Casey, do you also have a prop journal that you can now use to take people in the book anyway?
Bam! Right here.
Yeah! Bro, that was an amazing toss that landed on the table. Well done.
So as soon as you slide the mirror apart, the boat rocks suddenly, and after a moment of disorientation, you realize that's the boat beginning to move properly with the waves.
Right then. Still holding the hammer because never.
Are the weird lanterns
fought
still
a
lit?
demon mirror.
Nope. The room is plunged into darkness.
Gonna lift
The rats
up
all
the
No,
mirror.
that's
dead?
not true. That's not true
I
because
was
there's
just
still
gonna
the
say,
there's still the
excuse
dancing
me.
lights.
All right.
the
The
rats
rats
are
are still
dead.
dead.
You fixed it.
Cool.
Oh.
Good
We
job,
fixed it.
everyone.
Right. This-
Okay.
Well done.
Good team effort. I'm going to go get that coat.
Reach up for the frame and go, probably ought to take this out of here, I'd imagine.
And now
Yeah,
we destroy
break
it?
in half.
Right. As was my thought. And
Anybody want some boots? I like my shoes currently.
I don't think they're my size.
let's see the size of them then. I mean, we've to sail back still, so.
Orin stands up and tips it over as a skeletal foot falls out of it.
Not a deal breaker by any means. Right, yeah.
It's about your size. And he tosses one of the boots to Finian.
Perfect. He'll kick off his old tattered boot and put on dead captain boots.
Awesome.
Well, we got lots of loot to take to the prince. Hopefully Durga will be happy and let us keep some of it.
What are we doing with the frame?
Everybody knows my vote.
I was gonna haul it up top and break it.
Okay.
I would say maybe not. We don't have to be the ones to make that call.
Right, you're not wrong. It's boring, but you're not wrong. But right, we'll take it back to her. Let her decide.
We could counterpoint, break it before we leave this room so nobody accidentally slips through a portal or invites a ghoul or turns into a...
accidentally reassembles the mirror, because it seems to need to be that in order to do anything.
I think it is very confident of you to think it only happens with mirrors that are carefully assembled. That seems...
I've not seen
like
I mean, you see how hard of a time
No.
Finian takes making magical stuff. It seems to be quite an arduous process.
But now it's made.
And it's unmade, because Finian's smart, and Zaina's good with tools.
Don't backpedal so
I don't
hard
think
right
that
now. What's
made
said
up
is
for you
said.
insulting him in the first place.
I didn't insult
appreciate
you. I said that what you do
understanding.
is difficult.
I'm
Can we
glad
break the
you're here.
mirror?
You have a. We
Yes.
did break the.
Perfect.
You guys know what I mean. The frame.
And Finian will swing his hammer on the side of the frame to try to crack it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Proper done now.
Yeah.
And seems to be that way. I wonder what happened to that body that was fused into the wood.
We'll pass it on the way out.
Before we go check, do you feel as though you've done this before?
Do I still have that sense of impending dread?
No.
No, I actually feel quite nice now that mirror is taken care of.
Right, new things then.
Okay.
Perfect.
So,
And then,
You head back up, I presume?
Yeah, I am going to try to carry 2 strong boxes up with me if possible, one in each hand. Drag them up so that we can have some treasure on deck.
So you begin hauling things up. As you get to the top of the stairs, there is a portion of a dead man lying on the floor at the foot of the wall now.
I got it. And prestidigitate.
Is there someone in the hammock?
The body's more than you can prestidigitate away.
it's a clean part of a corpse.
I adore the fact that Mia is going to just clean up after Dexter.
That is spectacular.
Got it. She throws out sheet plastic and wraps the body up.
So, and all the ice is gone now, I assume, correct?
There's some places where the floor appears to be damp from frost thawing, but it is thawing.
And the barn door is no longer
It fits you nicely.
making noises?
No, there. You go over to the door. It doesn't seem to be making noises anymore.
And is anything cold to touch?
Some things are still cool, but it's not like painfully cold anymore.
Okay.
Orin pulls the ring out and touches it.
It's warm because it was in your pocket.
Nice.
Ellywise is going to run back down to the hold real quick. And I would like to investigate or perceive the skeleton of the officer. Does it have any resemblance to Orin? You said that jacket fit him nicely.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh God, this is gonna be the worst.
Oh,
unicorn. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Let's go.
I remember that.
So it's a little tricky because in pulling off the jacket, or definitely like removed the arms came loose and the lower legs are out because he pulled the boots out. Like the skeleton is not in one piece so much anymore. The skeleton is of a size with Orem. And lacks any sign of horns. But of a similar size to Orem. Yeah, that's probably what you can tell.
Is there a tail?
No.
Okay.
Not anymore.
I grab whatever.
With a natural
is
20
near
though, there
us.
is with a natural 20 though there is an interesting. You notice one of the hands is lying to the side where it was cast aside in the effort to steal the nice coat. There is an interesting ring still on one of the fingers. And in taking it off, you can see that the ring is shaped like a wyvern with its tail wrapping around the finger.
That is very cool.
New merch for campaign 2.
I will take it.
Okay. So we haul things back up to the top.
Why did you run back down there? He says as Ellywise comes back up.
Oh, I remembered that I saw this and it looked real cool. And she holds up the ring and I wanted to grab it.
Any notable thing about that ring to Orin?
Yeah, the wyvern is an integral part of the crest of the Royal House of Winarn.
House of Winarn.
Can I see that? That's the royal family of the continent.
Thank you.
All of the kings and queens of the various of the 5 big nations are members of this family.
That is something that Orin would not have been cagey about, and would have, like, he tells people about the fact that he is the actual son of King Borinel Irwinarn, King of Sharn, and he was cast out because he came out looking like this. Oh yeah, King of Breland, yeah. Which is where Sharn located. Would you be
but the king of Sharn.
King of Sharn is a kobold, I know.
As you know, and as fans of Eberron Renewed know, is a kobold.
King of Breland. So that's my dad. So yeah, that ring would probably be something that, yeah, a member of my family would have, or something similar. So this person that had this ship was very important. I mean, examining the fineries on the coat, like any indication of like their station and rank and etc.
Looks like a low-level officer, lieutenant of some kind. But you're wearing their shirt?
No, I'm mimicking holding out the coat to look at this.
Oh, okay.
They were a big fan of TTRPGs, I guess.
I'm a physical actor, Philip. What do you want from me?
Sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, you
Let me go get an actual
coat. A lieutenant or something. Not the captain of the ship.
Why would they have a wyvern ring? Weird.
Are you gonna keep it?
Oh, you can have the ring back. There you go. Find his keepers, all that.
Good pirating.
I got this ring. It's probably not cursed. It feels warm now.
So you haul those things up to the deck of the ship.
I do.
And you are able to signal the Cheshtur to come in, and it takes there's a little bit of work in rigging tow lines up to haul it back in, since it doesn't have sails. Once you've given the all clear, Durga climbs aboard along with Shek, who begins directing the efforts of attaching the tow lines to it. Durga looks around. What took you so long?
Haunted mirror down in the hold that had to be dealt with.
Right. Other than that, the ship is in acceptable shape.
Yes, we had to pull one of the doors off because we heard voices in it, but it's fine. We didn't destroy that. But no, ship seems to be, other than the lack of masts, good to go.
And the voices are gone.
It's true. The voices and ghosts are gone. Thanks to Finian.
Well,
and
perfect. That's how I prefer my ships. What are you laughing about?
Your joke.
Why would that be a joke?
Right?
You think people want
her ears sort of swivel in
ghosts
a uncertain kind of way. Well, we'll get it back and get it refitted by Corvin. So I suppose she looks at the strong boxes and nods. I suppose begin thinking about what sorts of upgrades that will buy for it.
Sure. Yeah, we could tackle that.
Look at my ears. I'm not joking. She's yours.
What?
Thank you. Thank you, Prince Joker.
Thank you so much.
We will sail her to your honor.
All right.
I don't know why you're talking to her like this. Much appreciated. We'll
Thank you.
We'll do right by her.
Good. Your first test will be dealing with Corvin. And she turns and slides nimbly back down the line onto the skiff to return herself to the Cheshtur. And the larger vessel begins to tow you and your ship back towards Cinderport. And that's where we will leave this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. We will be back with another episode next Monday. If you'd like to get in touch with us in the meantime, you can find links to all of our social media down below, along with many other fine places that you can see various portions of this cast. The Geek Pantheon's YouTube channel, Mia's Twitch, where she's more than a Mia, Colin's Twitch, where he is sorry BTR, the O is a 0, the Eberron Renewed podcast, where you can hear me and Eric, the I Never Got Into That podcast, where you can hear me and Colin. Casey's got small children and doesn't podcast. She is just awesome in regular life.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.